this is something that helps us all get to heaven. This is a good avenue to get there, and I wish all Catholics had the benefit of being exposed to this.
So what you've called the Tridentine Latin Mass is the Mass, the traditional Mass of the Church, and the way all Masses were celebrated before 1969.
The Latin Mass, well, it's in Latin, and Novus Ordo is in English, or whatever the vernacular is. So that's a big difference. And the Latin Mass is the Mass of all the saints. It's Mass that's been said by priests throughout the world.
I'm a convert myself, and when I came to the truth of the Catholic faith and was received into the Church, I think I'd probably better relate how I first experienced the confusion that often greets newcomers. I knew it was beautiful, but as I had no experience with it previously, it was a bit jarring. What I discovered when I started attending the traditional form is that the communications going on many different levels is not just words. I don't have to understand every single word. I don't have to be a Latin scholar. What I have to do is to recognize that this is an act of worship of God. So it's the worship the Church offers to God through the person of Christ. And therefore, it's a language of gestures, and the language of music, frequently, is beautiful and draws our attention to God and to the things of God.
Well, I would say a person coming to the Latin Mass, what they expect to find is they will find a real sense of the presence of our Lord. If they really love Jesus, this is where they're going to want to be.
What struck me as different is the reverence and also the contemplative nature of the extraordinary form. And it wasn't until I came out here that I actually met a lot of people who knew the history of the Church and were able to help me grow in the ways that I'd been longing for.
Yes, we have daily Mass every weekday and on Saturday. Once a month we have Vespers. Confessions are available every day. People can approach the sacrament of the Holy Eucharist in a state of grace, so they can avail themselves of the sacrament of confession.
My principal duty is that our faithful really live out their faith to fulfill their vocation. For me, the most important thing is really we can touch the transcendence of God. We can feel the eternity and infinite majesty of God.